And we're back, and we're better than ever. And not only are we back, we have 4 people who are amazing people. We got Boop, we got the Big Doug resub, we got our ginger of the episode, Teddy. And
we met the quota.
Yeah, no, that's the
one quota. Yeah. If 1 week absolutely. Teddy and Harry aren't available, we just can't record.
It's just not.
That's what happened last week. That's why there was no episode.
We can get an Ionzo episode in there, surely.
Yeah, I'll try to sneak it in.
That's enough. There's enough of them.
Well, we have things to talk about because obviously we are deep in the midst of the FNCS group stage. But we also had last night, as the time we're recording this, we're literally recording this on Wednesday before you guys see it, which is unusual timing for us. But that is because last night for us here in the UK and in Europe, very early into the AMs, there was a live stream. It was Duo Day, the FNCS Pro-Am Duo Day, where all of the duos playing were announced. We already knew who all the creators and the pros were, but we didn't know who was playing with who. Fortnite did a stream where they sort of announced all the different people. They did a couple interviews with some of the players as well, which was really fun if anyone actually had the chance to watch it. If you're EU, you probably didn't watch it because it was just so late. I know some of these lot didn't, which is understandable. But I thought in FNtasia fashion, we should rank all of the duos prematurely. We have to take into consideration a couple things. This is going to be a reload tournament, right? It's been a while since I've watched a reload tournament. This is going to be on a...
Yeah, there's this weird phenomenon where tornadoes hit the Netherlands when they start out. Yeah,
absolutely. On top of that, it's on the new map, Slurp Brush map, which dropped yesterday as well. I don't know if any of you guys have had a chance to play it. I jumped in. It's really fun. I really like it.
Yeah, I saw it this morning, and then I started to moan about ping in 1v1s instead, and then I just got locked. I got locked into a 1v1 with someone who was playing like an absolute freak, and it's like, oh, I totally forgot to go and play it before today.
Grumpy man, Reese, that's funny. You're usually like my reload guy. Like I would have thought you would have hopped in yesterday, but that's fine.
But yeah, I couldn't do it yesterday. I was editing today. Today was the day. But you know, if the guy's above me in sprays, you know, you gotta be in him. Yeah,
respectfully. So yeah, it's gonna be reload on a new map, and half of these creators I don't watch play Fortnite, so that makes it even more fun. Just trying to like guess who's good and who's not. Let's jump right into it. Some of the combinations we got here. I'm going to start off with a take, and I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. I think they prioritized the NA players having good duos, and they just let the EU people have whoever was left. That's how it feels like to me.
Wow. You're telling me it was scripted? There's no way it was scripted.
I mean, they chose the duos, so like whether it was scripted or not, like they chose to do it.
They should have had some ball action, like one of those things, you know?
Like this is random.
Yeah, it's fully random. Although it would have been cooked with like the Asia team and the Brazil team, because they probably don't speak English, but yeah.
This is all the motivation Nick A30 needs, Levin. This is the soundbite he needs.
Do you think you say they prioritize them in what way? By giving them the best content creators, or just by like fully uncover this conspiracy here?
Okay, no. Okay, so maybe not to that extent. I think a lot of the NA people, like if you're gonna make duos that are gonna make good content, right, and that are somewhat balanced, I guess. I don't think they really did much balancing like we thought they would. But if you're gonna make good duos, I think it's easier to put a lot of the NA guys with a good duo who's gonna make good content. You know, like there was some more obvious choices there that make sense. And then obviously there was a lot of people who had to be together because of the language stuff, right? Yeah. Reason and Lamar, German, you know, Podesai and Nikov, obvious German, like French, you know, right? Like some of the more obvious ones. And so then it was just like some of the EU combos feel more random in like the nature of who they've been paired up with. Whereas like the NA ones felt more predictable. If you get what I mean.
I mean, it's just the lack of EU content creators being added. You know, they're missing some of the big ones.
Yeah.
You know, that's might be it.
Yeah. But yeah, let's start off. We have Veno and Reddish as the first team. We're gonna go in reverse here. So the first team, Veno and Reddish. I mean,
This is more just like seeing the pros are pretty much all on the same level, probably except for Peterbot, right? And then it's like, how good is the content creative? That's basically what we're rating here: is how good, or how little can they milk this tournament for the pros?
So, we back in the day we played a lot of Boomer Zone Wars or Reddish. The one thing I'm gonna drop some gameplay analysis on, you're gonna see a couple 200s. You're gonna see a couple bangs. She got some aim on her. She got some aim.
She was saying that on the broadcast. Her aim's on point.
Oh, yeah. Was she? There you go. There you go. Right. Didn't even watch it. Didn't need to. Already locked in on it. Oh, got the Reddish analysis knocked down. So I'm thinking it depends how streaky they can get. Can Vino put her in a position to hit a couple max bangs, refreshes, get them set up? I'm trying to figure out the tier though. I'm thinking this could be an A tier team. That's going to be my initial thought.
I'd agree.
She's one of the few that actually still. I mean, she plays like competitive female tournaments a lot of the time, and she does pretty well on them. Knowing Reddish and seeing how she's played before, her one issue, I'd say her one Achilles heel in this trio is that she's probably going to be very afraid to make moves. Maybe that's a good thing though in this format, because you kind of want to let the pro player do their thing. Because the worst thing you can do as a content creator in this tournament, if you're taking it fully seriously, is dying. Because then you're solo, and then they don't have mats. Like, as long as you don't die as a content creator, you're probably pretty good. So I think Reddish probably wouldn't be dying too often because she's just going to follow Veno pretty well. So I agree. I think A tier is probably very good for Reddish here.
It's a good opportunity. We interviewed Veno a few weeks ago. Great interview if you haven't seen it. And he said the biggest thing he's learning is his leadership skills as part of his new trio. I think this is a good opportunity for him to flex those a little bit. So I'm excited to see how they do.
Yeah, I think a lot of this duo. I think Reddish, as far as the content creators go, will be fine. Like Boom said, I think she's gonna be able to follow better than a lot of them. Adding in the Reese element of like sprinkling a couple bangs here and there when needed. I think she'll be fine. I wonder how much Veno's gonna be willing to grind and actually like lock in. Because like if I was Veno, I think he probably is like, what? How's bloody Reason getting MR? Or does it like? I feel like he's probably like a bit, looking at it like a bit. I don't know, man. I feel like they've done me dirty here.
Perhaps we should set up the challenge then for Veno. Because, like, we can't, Veno, if you're honest, bro, like, we know there's been a lot of comparisons recently between you and Peterbot, Peterbot VU, Peterbot VNA. This is one of, this is a simple way to see it, right? Can Peterbot carry Aussie, or can you carry Reddish? It's an individual game here, of strategic IGL in the solo clutch.
Well, this is something the potential face of EU would do, right? Go show up in this tournament, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about face of EU.
Wait, hold on. Did I just see I'm sorry to interrupt. Did I see the Stanley Cup from 11-2K there? Are you on it too? Are we twinning? Oh my god! I'm telling you, I'm getting people on it. I'm telling you, it's the meta. It's the meta.
You've moved on, bro. You've moved on from your young Evian self.
Yes. No. I was never an Evian. It was always Highland Spring. Get that right.
Oh, my apologies. I never meant to disrespect you like that.
And this is filled with Highland Spring water. So, all right. Clicks and Lacey. Now, this is a very interesting one to me. And I'm hoping you guys know more about this than me. I've seen a lot of people going, it's done. Clicks and Lacey winning. They're one of the best teams. I didn't know how good Lacey is or isn't at Fortnite. I always just assumed he was terrible. Is he good? Like, am I missing something?
Yeah,
made heats.
He made no. I don't think he made heats. He made the last chance qualifier to globals with Jivy. I think whenever the last time we had the last chance qualifiers.
Yeah, 2023.
2023. So it was 2 years ago. But of like the people that played comp / retired, he's the only one that's probably reached the highest level. Unless you count NA West heats as a high level, which I don't. So yeah, he's probably like the highest tier of that someone's achieved, other than Ron winning FNtasia. But yeah,
in chapter 5, season 1, he did make semifinals, so he made semis for Jive as well. Yeah, Jive as well. So
bloody hell,
damn, okay.
I saw people saying that like he was 1v1 in Clicks on stream a couple days ago, and he like beat him a couple rounds. But I was like, that happens, like when it's whatever. But I didn't realize he was a player.
Yeah.
He's got moves.
He's got moves.
Then he's got to be like S or winning tier, no?
I put them at winning 100%.
Let's get this
Oh,
nice.
damn.
100%. As in, you think they're winning 100%, or they're in the winning tier 100%?
I think they're in the winning tier. I mean, I'm looking at the other teams here, and I probably see only. I mean, I see probably 2 other teams that probably is close, but
Right. Okay.
I think they're the
enough.
favorites.
That's enough. Yeah. Okay. You think they're the favorites? Okay, big.
I mean,
Damn.
I know this. I like this team just off of like the vibes and the chemistry of it and the storyline behind them. Like that's already fire. But the fact that they're actually one of the like contender winning teams, I think, is great. Funnily enough, Lacey had been begging to play with Clicks. Like that tweet they put up a couple of days ago. That tweet that like the comp account put up where they were like, someone's like, please let me play with Clicks, and they like blurred the name and I didn't show. That was Lacey, or at least Clicks told me that was Lacey. So next team, Cold and Courage. Now, I'll be real with you. I know you guys didn't watch the broadcast outside of Teddy. I did not think this team was going to be anything. But after hearing Courage trash talk and just diss half the lobby, I'm on the bandwagon. I believe. Like, this guy, it's a good thing he didn't, get into politics, mate, because he really sold me to his belief. And I think they're going to do great now.
I'm with you. I'm a believer. Now, do I believe they're going to do well? No, but I'm a follower. I am sitting here. I am for Courage. That was one of the best Fortnite clips I've seen in a long time of him just smack talking to everyone. Class. Absolutely love it. I think, just on principle of that clip alone, we should put them at the top of winning, obviously.
Sure.
Just putting that idea out there,
Well, they're going to have Courage and they're going to be Cold. So.
Every episode of this guy. Like, every episode.
I'm not going to do the reason one when we get there.
I don't trust you.
You will.
It will come. Cold and I think, realistically speaking, the problems here is obviously Courage, as far as it goes, like content creator wise, probably isn't like one of the best because you don't play tournaments and stuff. And Cold isn't grinding reload. No. So realistically speaking, they're probably like a B.
I would put them in
for now.
No, I don't think the same level as Venom Reddish.
No, I would probably say C, to be honest.
I'd put C or B, I'd say, based on what I'm seeing from the other teams here.
Let me ask this.
Okay.
If we did a draft of which pro you would want to be matched with, what pick would Cold be? Second, third, fourth?
On ability, he would be second. On practicality, he wouldn't be because I know he wouldn't grind, so I wouldn't want to be paired with him. But you're right. Like on ability, he's like
he's probably third on my list.
Yeah, like he's as good as it gets, really. Like if you're not getting Peterbot, you want Cold or I don't know, like Venom or something. I can't remember who else. Like, so he's like, it's not like Cold is ever good. I just don't trust that these guys are gonna be on the grind. Come the tournament, whereas I think some other people will be.
I think Courage is one of the weaker content creators in terms of like builds. I think he's more of a zero build player, if I remember.
Apparently they're allowing simple edit. He did say Courage said they're allowing simple edit. So it was so like he ended the whole thing like he was talking all the smack and he was like, but they did tell me simple edit's allowed. So as long as that's allowed, all of what I said just stands. Like I fully back everything.
Does that really matter though?
Okay.
I don't know.
No. Okay, so I just in preparation, I opened Courage JD's latest stream, and I wanted to see,
brilliant.
Like, I just quick gameplay analysis. Just where are we sitting? Where are we at? Because do you remember the clip that was on Twitter of him switching to simple edit, and he was like, "I'm gonna be Peterbot. I'm so cracked," and then he just edits a wall instantly and just gets one pumped straight away. Like, great clip, right? So I was like, let's see where the mechs are at. This is not a joke. The first 2 hours are him looking at pictures of food. On the stream, which is funny. Which is funny. Some of that food looks banging, I must say. Then I watched a pub game, and it was like there was about 8 builds placed by the end, and there was simple edit, but I don't think any of those were simply edited. So,
it's a C. It's a C.
I trust. I'm a believer. I'm still, I'm a believer.
Triple C for Cold Courage and C tier.
Yeah.
Bulletin board material. We gave them bulletin board material. They should be thanking us.
Yeah. Well, what does Cold have a bigger chance to carry him in game or out of the game in this sense here?
Definitely in game. Cammy and Jacob, the Polish combination. This was one of the most predictable pairings I think possible.
Okay,
So-
Cammy gonna grind this, surely. Surely
Well-
Cammy's gonna come with a heater of a strat.
Yeah, no, they're gonna have a strat. Cammy's really good, and I'm pretty sure Jacob's quite good at the game. And like he still like plays and does Fortnite content like actively.
Yeah.
It's not like some of the other ones where like he actually doesn't even play Fortnite, but he's just coming to do this. Like Jacob should be really good. Like low-key, this is like a sleeper team.
Can you hire NPCs and reload?
Potentially.
Cammy will figure something.
Yeah,
Sure.
they'd be cooking up something in Storm, surely.
I mean, I'm just trying to like think of like, in theory, like this team is actually really good. I think this team is actually like in the A tier, maybe like a lower A tier. I just don't know how good Jacob is, to be honest with you. Like I don't know.
I'm on the YouTube right now.
Get on the,
having a
get
scroll
on
through.
the Reese YouTube analysis. And let's
Do we know
see,
the
because-
format exactly of this already? Is that public?
Oh, if it's a placement format, then I'm giving it to Cammy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, are we
What-
fragging out here or are we playing late game? You know, that's the question here.
What are we doing here, you know?
Exactly. Isn't there a world where this like all the games go to heal off and there's a bunch of teams alive and Cammy just has that
It's got 3 metric
strategy
sets.
completely locked
Random
down?
moving flop was
Well, they
guaranteed.
changed the zones recently in Reload, and I'm not sure how good that'll be for the tournament. Like, there's a test tonight, a performance eval test. I know I don't know if there was one yesterday as well. So it'll be interesting to see what the end games are like, because one of the biggest problems of Reload was that everything just went down to heal off. Now I imagine they changed the end zones to prevent that as much as possible, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to be a problem. So there
they
could
are
be just
moving
some
zones,
med kit
I'm
plays every game.
And innovators like Cammy haven't been unleashed on the game mode yet.
Whoa,
And they
true.
will be.
I think Cammy is an A tier. I think the
Yeah.
team's an A tier.
Yeah, I agree. Just from looking, I think Jacob looks like a good World Cup 2019 player.
That's good enough.
Good
That
enough.
puts
Good.
him-
Yeah,
that
that's
puts
good.
him in the upper percentile of this
Yes.
tournament.
Yeah,
That's great
yeah.
as go. Now this team I think is a big sleeper team. Thomas HD and Somerset. Like instantly, I'm putting them S tier, but they might be in winning tier because, you know, ironic. Like as funny as it would be for Thomas's first like major win to be this, like Somerset plays tournaments and she's really good.
Div
And
one.
she's Div 1. She made groups last season. Like she made groups on Central. It's not even like it was West, you know, because you know there's other people here who made groups on West. She made groups on Central. Like these guys are both good at Fortnite. Like this is just an S tier team, realistically speaking.
Yeah. Why are you not putting this in winning team though? What takes you out of that?
The only thing that takes me out of winning tier is one, I guess they can prac because like they can just one of them will just play bad ping, but like prac is affected in my mind. And it's Thomas HD, so he's not winning.
Okay,
man.
that's
just
valid.
like-
So, my only other part that I think about this is we haven't seen like a high prize pool reload tournament yet. So we're gonna see some teams just be super annoying and camp people out the sky and kill them out the sky over and over again.
Yeah.
And
You
there's
give Thomas
Mammoths.
HD.
Thomas
There's
HD,
Mammoths.
yeah.
You give Thomas
There's
HD a
Mammoths.
gun like that.
Yeah.
How many kills is that guy going to get of players just gliding out the sky
Exactly.
straight away from Elam?
There's mammoths and snipers, so you're right. You're fully right.
There might be a false trap though with snipers because it depends how stacked the game is, but how's a sniper might not be your best weapon if it goes to like heal off every single game, right? Like,
Oh no, for sure. But like
Surge,
in
I
early
don't know.
game, in early game when all the content creators are dying all the play all over.
Yeah,
it's
he's
like
gonna be
gliding about,
feasting.
you know.
Yeah, he's going to be feasting
Yeah.
with teams
Yeah.
falling out of the sky.
Because like imagine you just like land a POI contested by someone and they don't have a shockwave to get away. You just like keep them boxed up, kill one, and just wait for them to spawn over again. You just look up, keep killing them out the sky over and over, free basically Elam points.
Yeah.
So the zone comes.
I don't think I'm gonna put them in winning for the same reasons 11. I think this is like a very solid S team. I think they're missing that factor that's gonna put them into the win. Also, I just don't want to see the interview. You know, if Frankie's doing the interviews at the LAN, you know she's gonna like make fun of him for winning this LAN instead of like a real LAN, right? It's gonna be painful. So I just don't want to see that to my boy.
Yeah,
But
respect.
what how annoyed would Thomas be if he didn't win? That's something we have to. That's a factor we have to consider here.
Second, that might just be worse. Yeah.
Yeah, if Thomas does come second in this, I think like we really have to have serious conversations about whether like he needs to just wrap it up, you know, like,
or if he's just intentionally, he's just doing it for the storyline.
Well, it's funny because Somerset, responded to the announcement. She was like, she made a tweet. She was like, "We're winning this," and Thomas replies with like a GIF where it's like, "Second place is nice." It's like, I think he already. I know he's just playing into it now, but like there is something there. All right, OC duo. We have Alex and Loser Fruit. Now, I don't. Reese, can you get on the analysis?
I'm on it. I'm already way ahead of you.
I don't think, from my memory, the last time I would have watched Loser Fruit play Fortnite, she didn't impress me as a top player. I'll say that. And Alex is OCE, and we know they need all the help they can get.
Yes.
So I don't think this is the help he needed to get past the OCE, stain.
The put them on the map accusations are not going to be put on the map. Let's put it that way. Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, the worst OCE player on this list got the best player in the tournament. So OCE will be on the map. But this OCE team, I don't know about. I think they're C. I think they're C, like behind Cold and Courage. Maybe D.
Yeah, I would have
D.
I would have a hard time putting them above Cold and Courage.
Yeah, no chance. Yeah, I think they might have to be a D.
There's got to be a team that's going to be in D, and it's not a region thing. It's just in terms of the pro comparisons, Cold is going to be better than Alex, and Courage is going to be better than Loser Fruit. So by proxy, I think D just fits it. So someone's got to take the spot. I'm sorry.
What's the analysis saying? What's the analysis saying, Reese?
I'm watching AI 1v1 every rank in Fortnite video, and she has lost at Platinum. So
yeah, man, let's just wrap it. Let's wrap it up.
Keep it. Everyone down.
She's got great aim. She's got great aim, though. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
she's definitely better than me at the game.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, that's
we can't have that as the standard, Teddy. Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm in like the bottom 50 percentile of Fortnite players.
Are you even platinum in ranked, or?
I got diamond once.
Oh, okay.
Once.
There we go.
Bloody hell, mate.
The proudness says enough of the skill level here.
Yeah. All right, next team, Zemi and Cooper. I mean, this is a great team in the sense that like Zemi obviously has like competitive experience, and he's a competitor.
Yeah.
And he will grind. And him and Cooper, I think, are gonna just have like a great vibe. This is what I'm going to say has no base to it, but I hope someone just understands the vibe I'm going for here. This team reminds me exactly like a team who like would have been at like the old like Secret Royale or whatever they did. Like, like this, I don't know what it's something about Zemi and Cooper's vibe together reminds me of old comp Fortnite lands.
It's kind of like the Punisher of back then, maybe.
I like that
kind of vibe.
It's just, like, I don't know. Like these, like they look like they could have been sat next to like Saf and Ronaldo back in the day. Like they look like they would have been just there. I don't know. They just have that vibe about them.
And they have a phenomenal high five with a donkey, like a
yes. That's what I mean. Like they have like everything about their vibe just fits old school comp Fortnite lands.
In that scenario that you're putting out here, back in Secret Skirmish, where does that team place though?
Yeah. I mean, now they just win. Right, if you teleport them right now, they just win. Back then,
I don't know. Bizzle was pretty primed in Secret Skirmish.
Yeah,
Bizzle and Saf really cooked that tournament.
So
his builds are not that bad. Also, he has made a video of I played reload builds for the first time. And he's better than most of the other creators we would say so far.
He's got the classic boomer problem though of it looks like his sense is about 3 times too fast, so like everything's like an over flick and over edit.
He's got good aim though.
He has crazy aim. So
I fear for this. I feel like a case of Icarus might be a good comparison here. Where Zemi is a player that's used to doing good in like zero builds and being like a winner in zero builds. So maybe there'll be a little bit too much overconfidence when it comes to like playing a LAN like this, and then you'll make mistakes where as the other content creators will play a little bit more scared and the classic BP strat, the boot pussy strat.
I wouldn't go against you. I think they're gonna be as prepared as they need to be. I heard from a little birdie that when like Zemi was invited to be a part of this, he was very much like saying to Epic and everyone like by the way, if this is a build thing, I'm not gonna be up to scratch. So I think he's actually humbled himself. And like he's gonna, I don't think they're gonna come in overconfident. I think the vibes, as far as like vibes go, like it doesn't get much better than these two together. Like I just feel like their vibes will be amazing. Cooper's a super chill guy, easy to get along with. I think they're gonna grind a bunch. Even though I am somewhat worried about like Zemi's building, because like that video, for example, Reese, even if he looks decent there, like it's so different being on like a stage playing for big money.
Oh, absolutely.
That might actually like get to him a little bit.
He has to be sold. He loves a window edit, right? Like what more can you ask for? What more?
That changes everything. Wait, that changes everything.
Literally everything.
Because if he was like a wide editor, then I'd be it's cooked. But if he's a window editor, this is an A team. This is an A team. If he's a window editor, this is an A team.
Exactly.
100%.
Is he spamming window edits, or is it just a little once in a while type of
selective?
Thing? Selective? Okay, that's
good.
No, you don't want your walls to be low HP against a Peterbot on a lobby, you know? So
but there's no high structure damage shotguns in the meta.
Ooh, you're right. See, you've done the analysis. I have no clue.
Yeah.
And so two things.
Telling you.
Two things, and I'll be the serious one for once.
Oh,
okay. Thanks.
One, if this is super laggy, we know Cooper can deal with these kind of crazy laggy land lobbies, right?
True.
So he's got something there. And
another
then
fraud land.
To me, Zemi seems like a dark horse to lead all the creators in eliminations because his aim is so good. He's got the clear pass just to shoot some people out of the sky. I think they play smart. Is he going to lead the creators in eliminations? I don't know, but I think he would have, if you put odds on it, I think he would have, he'd be a pretty good bet just because there's like credible paths for him to be getting eliminations in this tournament. Yeah. And I couldn't say that about all the creators. No offense, but
no, full offense.
Yeah, someone's naming your mind the way you looked there.
Yeah.
The thing also is about Cooper is I remember there was right after Cooper won globals, he played it like scrims with clicks or something, or dual caster with clicks, and he's like one of the best like talkative IGLs I've heard. Like he's very like he explains every single thing that he's doing while talking. So I think it's like incredibly easy to follow someone like Cooper when it goes into endgame. So. I feel like I maybe even put them above Cammy if we're doing it in that list. I don't know.
Let's do it. I also think I also think again this is like the clear favorite for best high five. I think there's a few other teams, but if they win best high five for sure, like the Zayt and Saf, World Cup where they're like, does anyone remember that high five, or am I just kind of?
I'm thinking more they're gonna do walkouts. No, they'll have like some sort of like. Actually, no. I'm feeling more awkward walkout vibes. I don't know, like
no. But these guys would but these guys would be the team that walk out and like hit the high five and keep walking. You know, like I see that. I see that for their future.
Or they miss his fist bump. That could also happen.
Either way, vibes will be immaculate. Koyota and Captain Shota, the Japanese duo.
Best names of everyone, though.
Definitely.
Captain Shota. What a name.
The captain. I mean.
I've just started the YouTube analysis here, so
I went to Captain Shota's YouTube channel and I didn't scroll far. So let me know if I was really poor here, Reese. I didn't see a Fortnite video for a couple videos.
Literally the third. There's like the first 4 are not Fortnite, and then it's literally all Fortnite after.
Okay, no, that's fine then. That's why I just looked at the first row. Like I just looked.
Okay.
So
yeah, I can't see him playing though in the first one, the one I've looked at.
These Japanese YouTube thumbnails are interesting.
Interesting stuff. If you ever watch Japanese YouTube is crazy. Like it's so different from basically any other language out there. The editing is also there's a lot of text on screen. Okay, I can't make the assessment. I cannot make the assessment right now. I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, I think this team. I don't know. I literally have no idea whether this Captain Shota guy knows how to shoot a gun or not.
His mechs aren't phenomenal. That's what I'm seeing so far.
Well, the best thing about this, and I tried to mention it on the broadcast, even though nobody cared because we were all just there for the vibes and the jokes, is like we get another chance to see Koyota against like the best pros from around the world, which after globals, like, you know, that's something I think everybody wanted to see much more of. So hopefully, you know, he has some cool moments, you know, up against people. I guess maybe this is like I want to say C, just 'cause I just don't know where Captain Shota is at as a player. And so I think, yeah, she's got to be C. I feel like it's got to be. I was going to say B, but actually I feel like it's got to be a C.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I can't establish the gameplay quality from his YouTube channel so far. So
I've done a deeper dive analysis here onto his YouTube channel. I'm seeing a YouTube video from 5 months ago where he is in LA. And he's hanging out with the honeys, is what I'm seeing here. He's going on dates in LA to the beach. So like he might be distracted going into this land potentially. Okay, there's one girl, the 2 day. Oh my, 3. He's in bed with someone in the vlog too. Okay, yeah,
this is the analysis.
Might be a late night.
Analysis.
At least we know he can adjust to the time zone.
That is true. Yeah,
you know, be on his A game no matter what.
Goal. That's how we gotta know.
There you go. All right, the next team we have is Canada and Ronaldo.
Surely this has got to be in the winning. Surely,
it's a really good team.
You have an FNCS champion.
We have 2 FNCS. The only team where they can both say they're FNCS champions.
True.
Too. Yeah.
I was pausing for dramatic effect. I was going to follow up with as a creator.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, my bad.
Our chemistry's gone. We've not been.
I know. You weren't looking deep enough into my eyes to see that there was a pause there.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
We missed the moments.
I know.
Sorry.
Surely this isn't a winning team. Like in terms of content creators, surely Ronaldo's got to be maybe not as good as Lacey. I don't know. I've never seen a Lacey Ronaldo 1v1.
I've seen a Faxley Ronaldo 1v1.
And how did it go?
Well, I mean, Faxley beat him, which is always very concerning.
It's not surprising.
Yeah, but Faxley does play more, right? But
yeah, Ron doesn't really play.
He's got the tech, right? He used to be a box fight token kid a lot of the time, so he's pretty good at that. See, it's a shame Ronaldo's not playing with Unknown Army, because then obviously, you know, we would have had a repeat of what happened in the FNCS that they won together. But Canada, I think Ronaldo would grind this. I feel like he's still like a competitor at heart, but he's hit the gold mine doing IRL content and other shit. So I think he still really wants to do well. So out of all the creators here, I feel like he's going to be one of the few that actually is going to grind and try to get better. Because I think, I was checking out his VOD from yesterday to see his reaction to his teammate. And like he was playing like instantly just going to reload with Canada. They were doing tokens and box fights. Like he's going to be grinding this for the next few months or weeks.
Yeah, and they'll play.
Doesn't have months, mate. He's got like 3 weeks.
Canada streams a lot too, so that's great for his stream. So he'll want to practice with Ronaldo. And then Canada has great vibes. Vibes in this kind of situation. Right up there with Zemi and Cooper, like they could be a good high five as well.
So you all want to put them in winning?
S for sure, at least.
I'm saying it.
I cannot see a world where they're not at least an S.
No, they're an S for me, guaranteed, 100%. I know a lot of people will say they're a winning team. I just don't. The Ronaldo thing is like. The only part of the VOD I heard that I can remember off by heart is him asking Canada, so like, how long does it take to get good at this game again? And that instantly just a red flag for me. Because like at least with Lacey, there's like a recent foundation. Like Lacey was grinding the game as recent as like last year, you know? Ron, I don't know when the last time Ron would have actually been like on it with Fortnite, because he hasn't had to be. Yeah. But I see a lot of people on social media saying that they think these guys are like a winning tier team. Like I saw a lot of people saying that. Like I'm trying to find, like I saw a tweet from someone that like almost caught me off guard. I was like, damn, like, you rate these guys highly. But like I see it, a lot of people think they're gonna do really well, which is it makes sense. So I think we put them in winning. I think that's fair.
And he'll be the first Ronaldo to be cheered for out of Fortnite land.
There you go. There you go. That's what really matters. Okay. I have Seti and Daya over here. Obviously, one of the exec girls who did incredibly well at the Milk Cup. We have Seti, the Polish phenom. What do we make of these guys? What do we make? I mean, in theory, this is like as far as like creator combos go, it's really good. Wasn't Daya originally on the pro list as well? And then
these are two LAN winners together.
True.
Yeah.
True.
They both have LAN experience. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the lineup for content creators, but I feel like they may have over-invited people. So then they said, just go be a content creator in this sense. So I think Seti probably cannot be angry at this because she's got a lot of the most experience, but in terms of comp, I don't think her experience comp-wise out of like the female scene is as good because I think she's a Div 2 player in NA Central. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure she's Div 2 still. So, but she's got to have something there for sure because of the LAN, right?
She got some peace. It's a montage from a year ago. She's a controller player, but she got some. She plays a ton of zone wars. It would seem like so.
She's really good.
She's moving. She's moving.
I mean, talent-wise, to me, this team feels like an A team. Obviously, I don't think they're gonna really be pracking like that. Is the problem? Like, I feel like the first time they play with each other will be at the.
Yeah.
Seti's so competitive though. Like he is a competitive dog. You know,
I mean,
he's a big dog in that way.
He is. I actually, we've not had like a normal-ish FNtasia up in a while, but I actually did have like a Seti. Seti is now leaning towards the underrated era. Like he almost gets disrespected too much, is how I feel. But yeah, like I feel like this is an A team. I feel like it's an A team, maybe a B. But
I think A's fair. A's fair.
I think A's fair for now. Podesite and Nikov.
Surely this is a sleeper team too. Well, not sleeper. That's not the right word at all. Surely this is a kook of a team.
Resub's trying to get his rep back up in France.
No. Trust me. I'm not there. So trust me. I'll happily mock France at any given opportunity, as the many episodes of the show have seen. But surely, in terms of creators, you've got to think that Nikov's got to be one of the best.
Well, this is a team with one LAN qualifier, and that is Nikov. That is Nikov.
Podesite was at Globals 2020.
Oh, was it? I googled Podesite Globals and nothing popped up.
Yeah, he was at Globals 2023, so we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But Nikov was at World Cup, so
he was a World Cup player, yeah.
He's got the bigger LAN. As boring as it sounds, again, this probably is just like a low A team, maybe B is where I put him. Funny enough, though, I do think this is the kind of team that, like, the ceiling of if this team just ended the tournament in third place, like, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Like, it just would not surprise me at all. I don't know where to put them. I genuinely don't know where to put them.
There'll definitely be a few teams. I think Cammy's team is a good example of this that just won't have a bad game the whole tournament. And you'll be like, how did they do so well? So yeah.
I think Nikov tried playing solo cash cup this week, and his stream ended in 35 minutes. He's been trying to grind. He's been trying to grind.
I did open the Fortnite tracker, and I didn't realize how long ago it's been since
he's
he
like
was playing a lot.
Yeah.
I thought he was still up until maybe 2024, the start of, but he was just kind of playing some tournaments there, what looks like just for fun.
Yeah.
So I think he won a DreamHack LAN in 2021 or something, or 2022, something like that. So it's not too far gone. He played a tournament with Vanya, like a third-party tournament that was like Content Creator Pro, and I think they got like third, and it was NA ping. So I guess they got some good vibes. I believe it was also a reload tournament. I think it was a Twitch Rivals tournament. So honestly, I think this is an A team. I think this is an A team. My opinion.
I like it.
I think A. Let's put him in A. Every team's going to be an A, basically, and then we're just going to.
No, we'll reshuffle some stuff. We'll reshuffle some stuff briefly. Mongraal and Alia, this is a D tier. Sorry.
No. B for backwards hat, Mongraal.
Nah, man, this is a D-tier team, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Does Alia even play this game?
He did. Alia was Alia. You didn't watch Alia's daily Fortnite win videos way back in the day?
I couldn't get past the intro, I'll be honest.
Man, intro's legendary.
Don't you think Mongraal's gonna have the energy though? He's got such good LAN energy. He's gonna come in. We're gonna get a lot of let's goes. And to have that many let's goes that I'm expecting, you need to have big plays. Big plays equals winning.
Nah, man, this team ain't it. Alia plays controller, and I don't think he knows how to build. So
yeah, there's not a lot of build gameplay. Let's say
they tried to put the bravs together to get some sort of like chemistry going, but like it's just this is the D-tier team. This is the worst team in the tournament.
So Alia plays controller. Is Mongraal going to drop it? That's a controller player on him.
The issue I have with Alia is I'm looking at his YouTube video and the brother plays out max fucking graphics. I don't know how the LAN PCs are going to be able to handle that shit if he ends up playing that at LAN too, but he's going to have to swap it to performance mode for the LAN, surely. I don't know.
It's going to be like, it's a whole different game.
Oh my God, what is this?
Wait, you guys play on this crap? What? Yeah, that's a very funny team.
Okay, I'm also, as I'm watching a zero build clip, because that's what we've got. And it's not like he's like a cooker with the aim either. So.
Yeah. No, trust me. Alia, what a legend, man. I met Alia, super nice guy. He's actually really good friends with Adam Savage as well.
So I was going to say that, right?
Savage. Queasy and Nikov, funny enough, so Teddy, you might have seen this because you watched the broadcast. We got to the final phase because they basically announced the teams in the phases, right? And we got to the fourth phase, and it was like Mongraal left, Queasy left, Seti left, like a couple people that were somewhat obvious. And so like, Zeke's like, oh, what combos would you like to see? And we genuinely didn't know the combos. Like, they wouldn't tell us. They refused to tell us.
I actually thought you leaked it though.
No. They refused to tell us. And I just guessed. I was like, well, Mongraal's left. And I was like, looking at the creators, I was like, Alia's left. They'll probably put them two together, put the UK people. And then just out of left field, I was like, yeah, let's just see Queasy and Nick A30. And then it goes, and then it was those teams. And like, I'm like, damn, because now people are going to think I just knew and I was being cringe. But like, I genuinely just fully guessed it. But it wasn't that hard to guess either, which is the annoying thing. Anyway, Queasy, Nick A30.
And then Nick A30 came in so hot. Like, almost hotter than Burridge.
He was in his
icon skin outfit.
Mate.
He had Never Back Down blasting in the background.
Mate.
He was so positive.
He was so positive.
He was on his A game.
I should put Teddy with Nick A30. That should have been the combo. Get Queasy out.
But where are these guys?
How much does Queasy want to play into the Nick A30 thing? That's the question, because Nick A30 is going to show up to the LAN in his full outfit, in his spandex. He's going to fucking gritty and shit. Like, is Queasy going to be playing into that, or is he just going to be like the embarrassed son playing with his father?
It could be both.
The same age
I feel like he'll be like the embarrassed son vibes.
Yeah.
But like he's gonna break at some point. Like you're gonna hear him say for the A team at some point.
he's gonna
when they win a game or something, it's gonna be
for sure. Oh my God.
I like the walkout vibes are gonna be phenomenal from this team because you're gonna see Nick A30 with the biggest grin, and then like I already foresee Queasy being like, right, calm down. Like we gotta lock in here, we gotta play,
Yeah.
Take height, don't swear.
Queasy's gonna save that one. He's gonna listen to this. He's gonna save that one for the LAN.
Are all of the players streaming their POVs? Because I know, like, I've seen some people tweeting saying, like, we'll be streaming on our Twitch. Okay, so this is like, regardless of if I'm gonna watch the broadcast or which way I'm gonna watch this, I have to go back and watch this tournament from one of their streams because there's 100%. Just no way the interactions between these two people aren't gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be unreal content, this combo. I want to put them in B, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like Queasy always does really good in events that are just like he has no business being involved in.
I think
third-party events where there's money on the line, like that guy is a passion merchant. Like he will actually be more ready than anybody for this, I reckon.
Put him in 8. Let's B
I think
tier.
it's
Don't
S, yeah.
don't disrespect my goat Nicky 30
wow.
like that, right?
Okay,
this
no,
guy's
my bad.
this guy's got peace.
My
This
bad.
guy can move.
Does Nikki 30 actually move like that?
He
Yeah.
moves like that.
He actually
bro.
can
Nicky
build.
30. Nicky and
Is
here's the
Nikki
thing, like,
30 better than Reddish?
Yes.
yes.
Is
100%.
Nikki 30 better than Zemi?
Yes. A building, yes.
Ooh.
A build, 100%. Yeah.
Like he
Think
actually
about
gets, he does like double edits into full piece and into in his stream, you know?
Yeah.
Like don't
yeah.
don't get baited by the fucking 99 player role play, you know? He's always
That's
the
all
one
I
in
watch with
charge.
Nicky.
He's always the
Like,
one
I
in
don't-
There was a time in Fortnite history
where he was considered the fastest editor in the world or something.
Yes,
crap. Yeah,
exactly.
like, I remember that. I remember that era. Yeah, you don't remember that?
Remember that?
Bro,
I
there
don't
was an
remember
era
that.
where Nikkei was considered the fastest editor in the world. Symphony was considered the fastest editor
Oh, yeah,
in the
that
world.
one I remember, yeah.
You know, yeah, no, I remember that era.
They're
No,
up
no,
there
he-
on. Sorry, they're
Give
up there
him
on
some-
the high
yeah, go
five
for it.
meter. Fuck, sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Just put him in S. You
I think
can't
it's S, yeah.
like sure you can't disrespect. They're gonna have a game plan.
Alright.
Nicky 30 can actually fight. He can
Alright.
hit some shot. He might get a little nervous. That's that's what I've seen, but I think they're an S tier. I can't say we could put them any lower.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely an S tier high five is coming out of this team. 100%.
fair play. Regs and Nate Hill.
Nate Hill's been playing a lot. Like he's streaming
Has he?
Fortnite a lot. He looks good.
He apparently qualified as solo Cash Cup finals, is what I've been hearing on the streets, which is
Which region?
at West.
West.
I think it is
It's gotta
West.
be West.
But like still, you know, he navigated the cheaters on West, you know.
True.
That's gotta be impressive.
That's impressive.
He made the World Cup, so he's got some
He
LAN
did.
experience.
He has LAN aura, yeah.
Mhm.
Nate Hill's got so much. Nate Hill's got some of the most experience on LAN in this tournament. So,
His Fortnite tracker looks insane. Because obviously, like, is that Lifetime? No, it's just NA-West. That's why it's like a sine wave that just keeps going up and down and up. And now, obviously, because he's been playing again, it's like jumped up massively. I mean, he's got how much? What's he got this year? How do I even check this? The year 2025, 4K PR.
I mean, if he's been playing, I guess this is like a B-tier team, low key.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like
he's-
you got two solid players.
Yeah, very quietly, he's top 5 creator in my opinion on this tournament.
Ooh,
Very quietly.
you reckon? Nah.
Very
Whispering.
quietly.
Whispering.
Very quietly.
Yeah, whisper it, yeah.
Fine.
Surely
Maybe
not.
top 10. Maybe top 10. But
Yeah, top. I mean, there's only
Top-
20, so
Yeah,
like,
He's in the
yeah.
20s somewhere.
He's in
Yeah.
the top 50%, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Top
Exactly.
5? Nah, you can't be top 5. Surely not. All right. Gon and Flakes. We got the Brazil team here. Flakes
So,
power icon skin. Got to put some.
He is an
respect
icon
in his
skin
name.
holder. He's also a Brazil Heats qualifier, Flakes, which I didn't know. Apparently, he has qualified Heats before in Brazil.
Okay, but before, as in like in chapter 2, or
I
as in
think it
like,
was last chapter, I believe. Last
interesting.
chapter, he actually qualified to.
If he was qualifying heats in fucking Nitro season, then maybe he's the GOAT.
Let me double check that real quick because I looked it up yesterday, but it was kind of like awkward to find. But yeah, he's. I believe he has qualified. Yeah,
The mechs aren't looking crazy, I'll be honest. He is struggling to do a triple edit, but he is trying and he's practicing.
He is
so
top
respect.
419 PR Brazil wide in his
Is this
rankings.
just- And it also, is this just a C? This is just a C feeling.
Yeah, I think so. Let's just put him at C.
Yeah. Let's
Wait,
see.
he qualified 27th in the playing stages cumulative.
Good for him.
Fuck.
Bugha and TG.
How good is typical gamer? I don't think I've ever
Typical
watched.
gamer.
NAOS
good.
Heats qualifier.
He's currently in groups, and he qualified
Okay.
groups last season as well. He's an
Mhm.
NA West
Okay.
groups player.
And he qualified for groups on Central last major one as well.
Okay,
And he
okay,
played with Jomi Quinn. I don't know.
okay.
I mean,
And he's
This
another
is-
Canadian.
I don't know how locked in Bugha is, but when you're looking at like recent like creator form, TG might have a top 5 case.
Ooh, okay.
So like,
Are you gonna later pull that down to a top 10?
no, I will definitely pull it down to a top 10. But like
Okay.
Bugha and TG, if Bugha's locked in, like this could be an S-tier team, a high A S-tier team.
I agree.
But
I see
also, Bugha on LAN in recent years does kind of stink.
Ooh, Bugha.
Yeah,
He's got a 33% win rate at lands, so like it's got to count for something.
Surely that is.
More?
it's
25%?
it's 25%. He's had played
yeah, I was
4
gonna
of
say,
those.
Get the fuck out of here.
Is that
Get the
not
fuck
like
out.
the worst of anyone who's over 0%?
Oh my god! And now it's back. It's back.
Oh god.
He just saved Mr. Savage's career. Like,
Sure.
you know, you can say thank
Sure.
you, guys. Like,
Yeah, no, you're right.
I'm just putting hypotheticals out there.
This is an A tier team in my head.
I'm agreeing.
A high A tier.
I think we put him next to the A.
Yeah, this is a high A tier team for me. I would probably put them in S if you guys let me sit here on my own and think more. But Moxie and Cypher PK. I don't know how good Cypher is like that. I know he plays a lot and he's always, you know, and I love his content. Shout out to Reese. Reese was recently in a Cypher PK video.
I was.
I'm congratulating you, but I'm really upset because he asked me to be in that video and I couldn't because I was on holiday, and so I'm really salty. It's like the congratulations, like the pat on the back, like the really hard pats on the back, like congrats, bro.
Congrats, bro. Like, yeah, I died and didn't do any damage. Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes me feel better now. Moxie and Cypher BK. Is this a cook?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
We've not got the strongest. Like, I'm trying to figure out. You know, you're talking about your top 5 content creators here. I don't know where Cypher fits in that because, like, he plays a lot. He's got good aim. He has some piece on him.
He was grinding back,
move.
wasn't he?
He's grinding.
Wasn't he playing with Asian Jeff? And they were like on the grind and like they were doing pretty good. No,
he's still. And the thing is, like, he plays builds. That's it. Like, he's not a 0 build player whatsoever. So like, he plays all the time anyway. So like, of all of the content creators, he's probably the one that plays the game the most. Obviously, he doesn't play tournaments the most, and at least he's in the competitive sphere as well. But like, he watches.
I think this is B.
You know, that kind of stuff. I think it's valid.
Because Moxie will be good, and it's like you know, you just got two. It's similar to like Raising It. You got 2 good players.
Yeah,
2 good players. Yeah, I think that's. Yeah.
He's done well. Right. He's done well at these events in the past.
Yeah.
I can really see the comments of us just shitting on Cold. Like, why is Cold in C now that I'm looking at these lists here? Why is Cold in C with this?
C for Cold, C for Courage.
Savage and Lachlan feels like another B tier team to me.
They're twinning.
Yeah, Red Bull athletes. There you go.
Just the 2 blonde guys. Just chuck them in.
Blonde, Red Bull, millionaires, good looking. Like, they got it all, man.
Yeah.
Another
Reason and Amar.
No discussion on Savage's team. We just straight straight in B.
I had my high 5 take. I just wanted to get that in there. That's another good high 5 team in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that's another good high 5 team for sure.
I had no analysis. I just that was it. I was just ready to have some conversation and moved on.
Oh no, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Pull them out of there. Yeah.
You think,
guys? Do we all agree they're B tier? Yeah, get them in B tier.
Right.
Okay, nice.
Thank you.
I think Lachlan's got to lock in.
Okay, buddy. Thank you. You only get 1 of those in the app, and you've taken like 3 now.
There's literally no reason.
You gotta chill out. Yeah, you gotta chill. Reason and Amar.
I've not seen Amar play in a long time. I know he plays with Reason a lot, and I know.
Yeah.
Has he played a lot of non-third party tournaments?
He played a controversial trio cash cup here and there.
He did play a controversial trio cash cup. You are correct. Yes. A potentially dubious and some would say ban-worthy cash cup. I don't know. Yeah, like A. The silence makes me think you guys are thinking B though.
No, I'm not going to talk on this one. If I speak, I'll be in big trouble.
I think we have too much A. If we put them A, I think we got to move down a few people from A. I think that's
we can adjust at the end.
No, we'll adjust at the end because there's some people in A I want to move up and some people I want to move down. So
I put them A then. I think they got that chemistry.
Okay. Peter and Ozzy. S because of Peter.
Yeah. everyone's saying like Aussie. I saw a clip right
Oh my god
on Twitter the other day, and it was like, man, Aussie's actually really good. And it was like
that was the worst clip
and
I've seen.
it was him. He was like, man, I can't triple edit, and then he did a little tarp, and I was like, you know,
the Aussie,
Aussie knows his skill level. Like he knows.
No, but it
he's
was funny
joking.
because he said I saw his stream and he was reacting to that clip and he was like, I don't know why they posted that clip as the
Exactly,
clip of
right.
like, you know, I'm good.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I mean,
he's
I think
not
if
been
Aussie
playing.
cracks, he doesn't play. He plays the least of anybody here. Really, he probably plays less than
Probably.
Ron.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't think he's the worst of all the creators.
No.
Like, the joke was going to be that if they were actually balancing the teams, whoever they put with Peterbot was just the person they think is the worst, right? Like, that was going to be the
we
joke.
could run that narrative that's
no, I am still running that narrative. Aussie's been trying to like
good.
fight back against that narrative, and he's like, no, I'm definitely not the worst. And I kind of agree with him. I don't think he's the worst, but
I'm not to subscribe to that one. Yeah, sure.
The crazy thing about this team is that they put Peterbot with the worst content creator, and we're still putting them in S.
Because it's Peterbot.
Yeah.
So
I saw this duo was a thing because of TikTok, and I went through the comments on TikTok, and it was like, man, I don't know how it's fair because Aussie's just gonna be the best IGL because he watches so much. I'm like, oh my! And it wasn't even an isolated comment. It was like 15 comments, like, man, Aussie just watches so much gameplay. He's gonna be the GOAT IGL, IGLing Peterbot. Brother, if you think Aussie's placing one build instead of Peterbot, you're crazy, man. Peterbot's gonna be leading. Aussie's gonna be following the whole time. Let's be honest.
Right, I'm gonna leak the winning strategy. If you want to put this up into the winning tier now, after this analysis, I'll tell you, right? Aussie needs to do fucking nothing, right?
Yes.
He needs to do 0. What he needs to do is capped mats, and then drop all his ammo to Peterbot first, right? And then when he needs a refresh, he just drops the mats, and that's it. Like, if he can do that and be like a backpack for 1,500 mats, Peterbot could win this shit on his own.
Nah, I think there's a better strategy for him, Reese. Let's see, it is. So all the creators can stream. Let's be honest, Peterbot's not going to stream because he's gonna avoid it like the fucking plague. Aussie, first minute of the game, jumps off a mountain, kills himself. Hopefully the reload thing's done by that point, and he just does a Peterbot viewing party the entire time. You know, you're banging all the views. Everyone wants to see the Peterbot POV anyways, and you also get the winning POV. You just gotta factory it. He's got to factory it.
You just do what he does right now, and you just do a split screen. You have his screen where he's watching. No, you restream Peterbot's stream. There you go, on his one. And then his face cam is his gameplay.
I like that. I like that.
Okay. So there's a couple things I want to move around. First things first, I want to move cold up into B.
I agree.
I want to move cold up into
That's
B.
Fair.
I want to move Bugha into S. And I actually think I want to move Thomas into winning.
Valid. That's valid. Make sure he's second in the winning category, though. Look, we gotta get that interactions on Twitter. You know.
I low-key even want to move Cooper. Nah.
If of all the people in S, I'd probably maybe move Queasy into winning as well because he has a history of doing well in third-party tournaments like this and winning. And I feel like Nick A30 is going to be good enough to just like follow. Again, it just depends on the format, and also I don't know how playable the reload map is for like dead side storm strategies and shit like that. But I'm sure there's some nuance to playing the map and rotation wise where Queasy is going to be able to excel. So I like adding Thomas and Queasy into winning, in my opinion.
And if none of the teams practice that much, Queasy has the in the moment instincts of, how do I assess the situation? What do I do? And he can fall back on that. And I think that's quite powerful.
That's valid.
Yeah, honestly, I think like,
I'd probably move some people from B down as well. I can't lie.
Yeah, I want to move Moxie and Cypher down.
I agree with that one. And maybe Reggie here maybe as well.
Yeah, I think I'll put them low B. But yeah, let's see.
Because I want to move one of the A people down so that it's even like that, you know? I don't. That's just me.
Who from A do you want to move down?
Probably FNtasia and maybe Reason and Amar, but I don't know. I don't know how much Amar plays anymore. 'Cause I also like controller. I don't know.
I don't know how good Nikov and Amar are gonna be. I'm really keen
Yeah.
on seeing like how good those two will actually be.
It's also solo clutch potential. That's what I'm looking at here, right? Like Veno's really
True.
good at solo clutching. Kami's really good solo player, so probably SETI maybe slightly less, Protosai slightly less than them, and then Reason, I don't know. Reason's a coin flip a lot of the time.
I
so.
mean, Reason can be the best solo player if he wants to be at
Yeah.
any given moment.
I mean,
So
he won a solo cash cup, so
literally, yeah. I think I'd keep Reason in A, but I do see
yeah.
Dyer maybe in SETI.
I think just a solo clutch there. I think, yeah, for SETI.
Yeah, I guess.
And
I want to move Thomas up.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like that.
I want to
That's
move
fair.
Thomas up.
But to second though.
Yeah, sorry. To second, yeah.
And I think Gone and Flakes to the top of C because like it's two like Heats level players of that region.
Yeah,
Got to be
yeah,
better.
yeah. That's
Respect
fair.
Brazil.
Yeah. Who else?
He shakes his head.
I think this is fine.
I think that's a cook.
Yeah, I like that.
I think this is fine. Like, if you look at this, and this was like the top, 6 and then 4.
7,
like,
8,
if Nikov, if up to here, if like all the A tier was the top 10, would that really surprise you?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I see this.
Yeah, I see that. But I think I'll keep Reason there, that's still. All right. Enough of that. Pro-Am's gonna be fun. Get your tickets. Be there. You know
what time that event is on?
7 Amsterdam time. 6 UK.
Okay, good. So it's not streaming at 1 a.m. like
yeah.
it's
it's literally regular EU time from I think.
It's on a Saturday as well, so it doesn't need to be too late.
Yeah.
Awesome. Reese doesn't have his curfew at that point.
That was it. I'm trying to see if I'm going to be Sleepy Boy or not.
I am very excited for this though. The broadcast did get me hyped up, like more hyped up than I thought I would be.
Yeah, did we? Good job.
Yeah.
I guess we did a good job then, eh?
It's actually, it surprised me how many people care about this tournament because like, that was literally the number one question I had all day yesterday. It was like, when's the dual jaw boop? When's the dual jaw? So like, I guess people are fucking with the format. Or maybe it's just people that want to know who Peterbot's playing with. That might also have just been it.
It's a fun conversation though when you have these completely random pairings and there's just a lot to talk about and a lot to speculate on.
No, for sure. Well, before we wrap up the episode, we have to mention the group stage of FNtasia. Yes, obviously on the weekend or last weekend, we had EU and NA take place. Over on the EU side of things, we had Haris, Tayson, Chicho, Noya, Misha, Yassine, Fire, Kentic, and Chuck. We had Ahead of Step, Stormy Wright, and Arco. Stormy Wright on my screen in 2025. What are we doing it? Dexy, Hutty, and Artis were able to win games on the EU side of things. And then the teams that qualified on consistency were Vanya, Pixie, Marius, Dina, Skiras, Franek, iDrop, Sky, Scroll, Art Skill, Polarsight, and Xweez. And then Cringe, Volko, and Kidua were the final team to sneak their way in on consistency. On the NA side of things, we had an interesting group one because I think, we had the clear sort of idea of who was going to get through, and then it didn't quite go maybe how people expected. But on the winning side, you had Noisy, Creon, and Tony, Joji, Donny, and Craze, Taki, Eshu, and Vert, and then Visuals, Braids, and Minished. And probably, weirdly enough, like, if you had asked me who is 100% going to win a game outside of obviously like Peterbot, who ended up not winning the game, the number one team I would say to you is like Aviv, Skittles, and Chim. And they won the first game, like the most predictable game one winner of a format like this. And then the consistency teams were Ritual, Cold, Peterbot, Bryce, G Money, Osid, Golden, Void, Ozone, Josh, Causes, Magma, and then Shadow, Curve, and Tyler just snuck their way in. A very good team there who barely made their way in, but they will be in the grand finals of NA Major 1. Did you guys watch Major 1? Any thoughts on Major 1, what we saw there?
I think for EU, I didn't watch NA, but I think for EU, it was like the most predictable teams. It was just like you look at the teams who are in the lobby, and all of the teams who you think would go through went through, and I don't think there was literally like zero shakeup. Just continued to scroll through. I think there was like no teams in that lobby where I thought, oh, they should have qualled, and then they didn't. It was just those were the teams who went through, and that was it. Yeah. And then when it came to NA, I'm not sure what Peterbot's team was doing, because obviously they were just dropping 20 bombs left, right, and center. I don't know if they were just not trying to win, or if it just wasn't going,
Well, they had 2 second places that were 20 bombs, so do with that what you will.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, it was just it kind of just shows how easy those level of games are for those type of players.
Yeah, we obviously have the groups coming up again this weekend, and we have, I think, better groups, coming up. Especially on the EU side of things, right? But I did walk away from this weekend sort of coming to the conclusion that I think I will never enjoy a group stage for FNTS, no matter the format now. I've been like waiting. I thought maybe this one was going to be the one, but I just think I would never. I don't know. I don't know if it's good. I don't think it will ever be possible to make a group stage in Fortnite that balances making sure the best teams definitely get to grands, because you want them in grands, and also like there being any sort of jeopardy and like, will they, won't they? Oh my gosh, it's like I don't think we'll really ever get that.
Literally just heats have always been boring. The people, I know Harry's not here, so he would come back and be like, oh, I love watching heats. It's when all the players get to strategize. And it's like, yeah, but okay, for the players who play heats, I'm sure it's fine. But for watching, I swear to God, heats is literally always the most boring time.
Well, and sorry, Boop, go ahead.
No, I just disagree. I don't know. I think, especially for this year, there was a lot of factors like random teams you just didn't expect to win. Like, especially heat number 1 for EU. Obviously, we're based off of this heat, but like when there's legitimate heats where there's like 7 to 8 relevant teams and there's a bunch of tier 2 teams, I think there's excitement to it. And even in this boring heat that was considered, there was like a point where IDubbbz and Score, even though they were super consistent, they could have just not qualified if they had done it the last game. So there were some intense moments I feel like were there. Just that first heat was just stinky. That's it. It's like, who the fuck are half these people in the heat? That's the main thing.
Yeah, but like the problem is like you're always gonna have one group that's just gonna be fire because of like the imbalance. Like when there is that many teams that are like interesting, like there's always gonna be the group that's interesting just from that perspective alone. I just think the problem is like even the fact that the groups are so self-contained, like the fact that like I don't know, it just feels weird. Like they're self-contained, they don't really connect to each other in any meaningful way outside of the fact that like, oh, if these guys qualify, then they, there's a spot in grands, that might not be taken, or whatever. I don't know. You have some things that are there. I don't know. I just feel like groups, like in general in Fortnite, are just always somewhat underwhelming. The best thing about groups is that it's like we're closer to grands now. Let's ramp it up. So
I think the weird thing is because the divisional cups are set lobbies and they're the best of the best usually make them, with exceptions obviously week over week. It's just weird to see the lobbies downgrade when you go into FNCS. So that's always a little bit jarring. I do love, though, to Boop's point and to what maybe Harry would say if he were here, I'll represent the ginger take right now. It is good to see up and coming teams have their moment, and it does give space for that. Like Braids and Minished and Visuals had their game win, took out Peterbot. So is Peterbot going to 1v2? Braids had kind of the perfect touch on the edit and got the elimination. I think that is really important to the game, especially on NA where it's super top heavy. There's 5, 6, 7 really famous teams, and then everyone else is in this kind of like tier 2, tier 3. I think that NA specifically needs some players to burst through there, and I think Heats is really the only opportunity for those players to start to build their narratives.
It is, but I think the two things that annoy me about it is that there's no one remembers much about Heats ever. There's been one of the only things I think I can remember when I say that is like in lore bracket last year, like Teeny and Chat dropped a 30 bomb or something like that, right? Like that's one of the only things that, off the top of my head, I can really be back. Like all of the years of semifinals and heats where I'm like, oh, big memorable moments. You know, obviously there's times some teams didn't qual. Okay, yeah, that was one.
I mean, Heats was memorable when they first brought in like the reboot round style, and so we had like the game in it. Like most people remember Zate's win, right? As like a big one. You'll remember like the clutch from
Sprites or Wrigley.
Yeah, like you remember like
those were the reboot rounds. Yeah, that was like almost Heats.
And then reboot rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Another even those had their own problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yes, of course. The other thing that I find very just specifically quite annoying is that like the analysis of those games is just so irrelevant. Like after this week, I wanted to go and I was like, well, just look at a bunch of games and winners. And obviously, you can learn stuff about how they do it, but it's just like even the people who do really well, it's like, okay, did they just win one single game and were they not that good the other games? The people who were really good on consistency, it's like, were they not even trying and they didn't, to win a game? And there's such strange gameplay dynamics in there.
I agree. I liked the old format in 2021, which was one reboot round, and then everything else was based off of pure consistency. There was good storylines in there. There was the time Cammy Setti and Teak didn't make it.
Yeah, I remember that.
There was the Bugha Clicks spawn beef. I just think on consistency, I just liked it a little bit better. And then everyone played hard the whole time. Like Peterbot and that team, I don't think they took it very seriously, right? They were like taking crazy fights in Storm, like at the bottom of a mountain when the zone was going up the hill. And that in the last game, that's why the team that beat them had high ground. So I like it. Yeah, I thought the old version was a little bit better, to be completely honest, if I can give some constructive feedback.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's yeah, I didn't mean for this to become like a group, what do we think of groups? It's conversation, but we did just get there. And I just thought there was times when it was like, on like the analyst desk, right? There's like, we're in like game 3, game 4, and it's like we get to the mid-game segment and it's like we're looking at some of the consistency teams and it's like they've been in the consistency spots all day long and they're going to stay in those spots for the most part. Most of them will. And it's like some of the teams that won, it's just a bit like, hold on a minute. Like, what are we doing here? Like Stormy Right. Last time Stormy Right was in an FNtasia final was Chapter 3, Season 3. What are we doing here? But anyway, looking ahead to the weekend, we have much better groups, much more exciting groups. I'm very excited for Group 2 of EU. We have some massive names. You can make the argument. We talk about how like it feels like the quality of the lobby goes down for groups compared to Div Cups. You can argue Group 2 of EU is like similar level quality.
Group of death.
It's well, even that being said though, it's Group of Death, but I still wouldn't expect any of those teams to not qualify. But anything can happen. I guess there is a bit of jeopardy there this weekend. Does anybody have any juicy take? Anyone you're worried about going into this weekend? EU or NA?
I have a question for you guys. On EU, what's the power rankings right now of trios?
Well,
that's tough.
Well, Teddy, you know that is the plan for the next episode. Maybe can you like maybe chill out a little bit, bro? If you want to know the answer to that question, watch the next episode of FNtasia.
So, what was your question again, Levin? Sorry, I totally got sidetracked. Anyone you're worried about?
Any teams you're worried about going into this weekend's groups?
I would say the first one I was thinking of would be Chaptini Skivi. Just because like since obviously Chapatini split, mixed, now they've come back together. It's just been so rock and roll, so up and down that like I don't know, can we sit and say, yeah, they're gonna straight through the grand finals and they're gonna be like the best team ever? No, not really.
See, I said that last week, and then they placed third in Div 1 Cup finals. And then I was like, prime fucking Skivvy, man. Like, that brother's actually primed up. I can't lie. I've been seeing them popping off in the tournaments. Even like Eva Cup yesterday, he had some nutty shot. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that if there was like a big threat to them at like people sneaking in third party, but like looking at the map, they've got like people conning the train, 2 teams on the train. There's triple conned fucking Foxy floodgates. Like it's all smooth sailing. All smooth sailing for them. The one team that I think I could have slight worries about, and this might just be a Twitter post, and I'm slightly worried for Savage video reason because we haven't seen much finals lobbies for them other than the one game they won in the Eval Cup. But like, that was like the first week that they played together. So the honeymoon phase is over at this point. So we haven't seen them play like many set lobbies as a full trio this season. So like there can be worlds where some things maybe goes wrong, or if the game, I think the Heat is low-key a sleeper stacked Heat. There's a lot of really good tier 2, tier 3 teams. There's not like the big power hitters like the Nikov and Fixie, the Queasies, and the Camis, but there's like all the solid tier 2 and tier 3 teams are in that Heat, which I think are all very much capable of getting top 10. So I think in terms of Heats that's going to have the highest points, I think that third Heat is going to be the one with the highest points to qualify, which means that you can't really mess up. So I think could be some scary stuff, maybe more related to Surge than anything for that trio.
How do we think Kami City Hari are going to do this weekend?
Just fine.
Just fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I see that happen. I see winning a game, consistency of ease, but most likely winning a game, I reckon.
And we think they'll be uncon this time for grants.
No.
Wouldn't guarantee that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Kira's already tweeting out that he's landing at Boxcars for Heat or some shit like that. So,
are they moving? Because they were conning pink.
Yeah, they're apparently moving, is what they're saying, but I don't know. Maybe his impression from he tagged Cammy in the tweet. So, the problem with the Cammy thing in Grand is that I always feel like your go-to team to land on, if you're like a tier 2 German team or like a French team that just doesn't know what they want to land on, is fuck it. Let's just land on Cammy City because there's battle spawn, And like
that's what
there's
the
weaker teams in the lobby, right? There's weaker teams in the lobby that have maybe playing the first grand finals who will be worse to con, better to contest because they're worse to spawn. But like they just have this negative aura around them about being contested. So like if there's any team that's gonna get conned randomly, it's gonna be Cammy. Queasy's going to get conned by the French regardless. That's going to happen. And then Bugha and Affliction on the mountain, probably not going to get conned because, like, why would you?
Also, Boxcars is such a bad POI to contest, though. It doesn't have like 11 chests or something, I think, the last time I checked. And then
you're assuming players
POI.
make rational choices in this game.
yeah, of course.
But
obviously, you can try and nab the hill and that loot instead and split it.
Yeah.
And then what are you, Cammy Set? You're going to be playing 11 chests out of a draw spot.
You have to W key as Cammy City Hari,
Yeah.
You say it's bad to con, it's conned in Group 3, So Panda, Rio, and Tay, obviously they were landing there last season, and then Tuz, Kami, and Relays are going to con them. So we'll see how that plays out, I guess. But to be honest, I hear the shout for Savage Vidal reason, maybe a bit of concern there. Like I hear it, but I actually think they'll be fine.
They should be fine.
Uncon and Mars, I think they should be good. If Pink now is going to be uncon because Akira is moving, I guess that would be a team I'd be worried about, like Pink Nebs and Kiro being conned against those three.
They're not really con though. They're like that team lands to the south of them, and like I've had this discussion with Pink because he really wants that entire.
He wants it con,
and then I was like, bro, like I get it. I know you want to all for that shit, but like in tournaments, a team just lands there every time. And like Akira Kurama Werex literally plays, I think, 4th in Div 1 while in the same spot with Pink there. So like they've already felt the taste of it being a decent spot. So like they're just always gonna land south of them. And I don't think you can justify W keying them every single game in that spot. So I think Pink will be fine.
And then I was looking at NA. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of teams at risk of missing things. Maybe there's teams like
they never are.
Maybe there's teams like Day that you want to see, Day back in grand finals because he's still trying to make it, or maybe Bucky, Cam, and Okus will have some issues. But it just seems like the teams that should make it will make it. And
that's the problem. Actually, I've always found with this groups format for NA is like we talk about NA being top heavy, and so in this type of format, like. Unless you just get like a crazy group of death where they're all in the same, like they should just be fine. Most of the NA teams should just be fine to qual. All right, well, can't wait for next week when we're all wrong and like some of the biggest names just don't qualify for grands, and we're waiting to see what they do in the last chance qualifier. I do want to say something because we obviously didn't have an episode last week, so we couldn't say it then because it would have been more appropriate last week. But it is now a year that FNtasia's been back.
Woo!
The first episode we did of the new FNtasia, I guess, was on the 10th of April last year, and it's been a year now. And this was a 1-year experiment, and so this is now the last episode of FNtasia. So enjoy. Hope you guys enjoyed the year we put into this, and yeah, it's done.
Bye.
Bye. See ya. No, it might be done. We'll see. I'll keep it going.
Gotta have a globals
like
episode at least before we end.
Yeah, they like. I think they like it enough. Well, I will say we had no ep last week, and I didn't get a single message from anyone saying where's the ep.
Wow,
so I think the pod has died.
People were
has died.
People
I
were
got some messages
replying
in the
to your
chat.
post. Yeah,
That's a message in the chat.
if you need your fill, you can get it from my replies to Reese's tweets.
Yeah. I don't know the context here now. What am I missing?
I get my puns. I get my puns off in there. Some Ghibli pictures.
Reese has you muted, so he doesn't actually see them either. He's just
that's it.
Shit. It's
like, same with
man.
everyone else here, you know.
Yeah. Oh man, like your replies are so funny, bro. Yeah, I've seen them. All right. We will be back next week to obviously talk about Grands. Because Grands will be not this weekend, but the week after. And yeah, see you guys all soon. Peace.